Okay, here we are, day 2 of the turbo build. Yesterday I finished getting all of the heat shields off of my up pipes and grinding the header flanges flat so that they can go up underneath the header. So right now I just have the intake off, I have the car jacked up and the exhaust dropped down and shoved out behind it so that I could get up underneath and put the header on, the turbo header. So I just realized that there is this plug that I'm going to need to fill. We're real close to the thermostat housing. Luckily I swapped out my thermostat housing for an aluminum housing when I was doing the water pump and everything, so I'm not too worried about that. I do need to keep an eye on the heater hose. Hopefully that'll work. As you can see also, so I have those flanges up on top and then the header up, and my studs aren't long enough, so I'm gonna have to buy longer studs. As you can see here, any turbo front cross member is going to have a notch in it for the up pipe to go up through and kind of fit up in that way. I was thinking about just skipping the notch and running this down over here and then up, but just because of the angle of the exit on this header, there's not really any way that I could get a pipe down, so I'm just gonna go ahead and notch it. So I just took a permanent marker and wiped off my cross member and permanent markered kind of an outline of where I'm gonna cut. So now I'm going to drop the exhaust down and see if I can get my grinder up in there and notch it. Hopefully that'll work. I might have a little bit of difficulty getting a grinder up in there, so I'll try it with a Dremel, and if that doesn't work, I'm going to go buy a Sawzall. Getting a Sawzall up in there is going to be a whole lot easier than anything else, I think. Go. And as you can see, I have these flanges just sitting there for right now until I can weld them on. You should be able to see a little better where that notch is gonna go, and it kind of angles. I don't know if I really captured the angle of it with that little outline, but we'll try it and see. I am gonna go ahead and stick like newspaper up in my head so that I don't get debris shooting up in there, because that's gonna be a no-no. So to deal with the issue that some people will have of actually cutting my cross member, that I'm destroying the integrity of my car, lots of people do this with success. Yes, you can find WRX cross members for pretty cheap. There was one on my local classifieds for like 50 bucks just a couple of weeks ago. But I figured, again, I'm doing it myself. 50 bucks, while isn't being much, is still a good chunk of change. So I'm just gonna cut it and weld it like I'm doing. And swapping cross members is relatively a lot of work, so I'm doing it this way. And actually it probably would have been a good idea for me to swap cross members, because I'm pretty sure my rack and pinion is at least leaking, if not bad. There's a hard spot when you're turning the wheel. Well, on a slight turn there's, I don't know, pretty sure my rack is bad. So it kind of would have been nice to actually pull the rack out and diagnose it. But that might come in the future. So no worries for right now. So I just took my grinder to it and cut off that bottom support. I can weld in another one, no worries. By cutting that bottom support that I was going to try and leave in, it made it so I could actually get it up in and cut it how I needed to. Now, I'm still not sure if it's enough. I think I still need to come in and take off this area here. And I might do that actually before I fit it up. Just because looking at it, it doesn't look like there's enough room for a pipe to get up in there yet. And that's kind of the whole point of this. So I finally hacked off enough of this subframe so that it would be properly notched and I could get the up pipe up through there. So right now the up pipe is bolted on pretty snug. I do have a double thick gasket that I'm going to be using. The one in here is only a single thick gasket, and so this might be a little closer, but that's okay. I also have the space to come in here and weld in a big support bracket from here up to here to reinforce this and give it the rigidity it needs again. So that's a plus. Just gonna do that. It'll be great. Since I initially cut the cross member, I have got the rest of the up pipe finished up and wrapped it, and when I put the up pipe back in with it wrapped, the notch is too small. I still need to coat my header wrap completely, and so it's gonna come apart anyway. While it's apart, I'll need to cut out a little more of the notch so that it will actually fit without rubbing and making a lot of noise and wearing out my up pipe in the long run. So I still have to do that, but for the majority of it, that's kind of how it goes. I'm going to clean it up, try and do it the best I can to just make one single pass of cutting around that so that there aren't any edges that will create weak stress points. And then sealing that up with, I have some 1/4 inch flat plate that I will bend and make it fit. It should work out and give it the rigidity that it needs. So as we get into the holidays, some really cool things have been happening. So last week I hit 1,000 subscribers, which I'm really happy about. Thanks everybody for subscribing. I wanted to do a t-shirt giveaway to say thank you. It's just in time for the holidays. If you're in the States, I will ship it to you for free. If you're outside of the United States, I'm sorry, but you will have to pay for shipping. Sorry. So all you have to do to win is thumbs up this video, subscribe to Dirtcheapdaily on YouTube, and follow me on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. And then whichever one of those you choose, comment that social media site below in the comments here. So if you're following me on Instagram, comment Instagram below. And if you want, throw your username on there so I can see who you are and I can check out your cars too. The giveaway will run for 7 days. I'm going to pick the winner at 5 p.m. Pacific on Monday, November 28th. So the 22nd through the 28th. I guess that's just 6 days, but so by the end of the week I'm gonna have these up on my website. I do have a very limited supply right now, so if you want one, get on it quick. The first link in the description is a link to my Square store, and that's where they're gonna be posted. If you really want to get your hands on one, make sure you stop by that store and you pick one up. If you want to buy one before they're listed on my store, shoot me a direct message on Instagram and we can work out payment and everything like that, okay? So again, very limited quantity of these. I only have 2 of each size. They're going to be $25 shipped in the US, and if it's outside the US, direct message me on Instagram and we can work something out. So that's how these are working. I'm really happy with them. They're really comfy, they're soft, they're nice shirts. Yeah, if you want to enter, like, comment, subscribe, follow, and you're good to go. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate all the views and the subscribers with my followers on Instagram and all the comments. It's been great. We got a bunch of stuff coming up, so stay tuned. We'll see you next week.